and the Buffalo Bills. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 60 orange.
57's the mic. Let's go, defense.
Now.
Man up, D. Man up, D.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Young. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on second down. Lynn. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Looking to throw. Lynn eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Pick me up. Here we go.
22-jet bomber. 22 jets. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Lynn. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. From the gun, Lynn. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
General West.
Slam.
Hey.
Take it. Check 52.
Hard.
Operating from the gun, Lynn. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Let's do this.
The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Here we go. 30 base.
Hey.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Lynn. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 6 there on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a second and long. Second and long. Steps away to his left. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. He's going to run, but the ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake.
Twist. 36, 24.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now Watson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, first and 10.
Ready. Alert. Mike 28. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Mike 28. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make them cry all the way back home.
Here's Watson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a first and 10.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming.
From the red zone now, Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it.
And it's a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Bills on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Lynn. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, it's Young. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Man, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on third. On third down, it's Young. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hit. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
28, Mike.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mike 28. Mike 28.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Going right side here, and that's complete. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out.
Mike 28. You don't want none, baby. You don't want it.
Now a play fake here on first down.
You don't want it.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Throwing again is Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Abukum coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd and 14.
Defense, let's go.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
No, Pilot, 64, weak. Golf.
56.
Get it.
56.
From the gun, Lynn escaping the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go to...
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Check 24.
Watson now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Watson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The final shot before the break. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27. Watson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
They should have known.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Ready, set.
The mic. 56 is the mic. It's a party now. Woo!
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Lynn. Forced out to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the 50, it's Watson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Hey, number 28, Mike.
Here's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big-time play there for the Texans. 41 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. The point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
2nd and 11.
Blitz.
Flush to, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Lynn. Looking right sideline, that's complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Looking to throw. Lynn. Bryant has it. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
19 yards there on the catch and run. Watson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now they try the right side here. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Back to throw. Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. 61 Matchbox Lights. Check. Leaf River.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lynn throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Coming after you.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Lynn flushed out right. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
All day, baby.
And no matter
All
what
day.
the situation,
We
the
coming all day.
O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Lynn. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
132 fighter. Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
10-2 soft.
You got him. You got him.
Hey.
Now a give right side. Young. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. A very important extra point there, up and good. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Watch the pass. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Alert 3, alert 3s. Alert 3.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now a handoff looking right. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Go.
Now this throw caught left side. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Go, boys. Bring it up.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Watch edge.
24.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Watch the pass.
Go.
49. 49's a Mike. 49's a Mike.
Come on, boy.
Smith trying to run for it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Kill.
They'll run it here with Smith. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? 3rd down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And this one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here we go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is...
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. They'll run on 1st down. Young. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
Down to Inigo's Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.